On us, you can depend on us. It's a Super 80s podcast friend. Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Super 80s podcast friend. We are a TV theme song explorer. We've got one mission, and that is to analyze every single 1980s TV theme song. We go with all genres, from game shows to soap operas, from cartoons to comedies to dramas, you name it. We're going to cover it. This is our 11th episode, and we're super excited about it. If you like what you hear, could you pretty please do a couple of things for us? Like and subscribe on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever else you listen to us. Tell your friends, neighbors, cousins about us.
Pets.
Tell your pets. If you have to go to work during the day, put us on a loop and just play it for your cat or dog.
Yeah.
They'll love it. And if you could also, one thing we love about doing this is hearing from you folks. Communicate with us. You can reach out to us on the Facebooks, the Instagrams, Threads?
Thread.
Threads.
Yeah.
Thread or Threads.
Sure.
Thread or Threads. And you can email us at super80spodcastfriend@gmail.com. 8 and the 0 are numerals, not letters. That was not bad.
Sure.
You know, right when the theme song was playing, I was about to take a drink of beer, and then I second guessed it, and then I had to start talking.
It's always a mistake when you second guess
You should
having a
take
drink
the
of beer.
So I'm going to quickly introduce myself, and then I'm going to take that drink of beer. I'm John.
Hi, John. I'm Ryan.
Hey guys, I'm Pete.
Speaking of beer, we love starting our shows off with a drink. And we are looking for a sponsor. So breweries, last episode, rum distilleries. Listen to episode 10 if you want to know what we're talking about with that. But we like to start out with a drink, and we encourage you to have a beer or a cocktail with us. Unless you're driving, then have yourself a glass of water. And when you park your car, have yourself a brewski. Fellas, what are we drinking?
I'm drinking Inspector Cattail's Water Slides. No, it's Water Slides.
And who's that brewed by?
Three Sheeps Brewery.
By the way, we are in the lovely state of Wisconsin, so we tend to try to support our local brews.
Yeah, it's delicious.
We will drink an Illinois beer here and there, but we like to drink from Wisconsin breweries. Pete?
I'm also having a water slide.
I also am having a water slide.
Did you hear Ryan and I discussing this when you were out of the room, or did you just independently make the exact same choice we did?
It was an independent exact same choice. Wow. We were in the mood for some Three Sheeps water slides out of lovely Sheboygan, Wisconsin. Well, cheers, everybody. Crack open those beers. Up next, it's a part of our show where we have retractions, observations, ideas, announcements, newfangled games, anything like that. Ryan, any of those types of things for us?
I've got no retractions other than that I'm surprised by Mike Post, which I think I said last episode. I'm still surprised that I didn't know that.
Yeah, if you didn't listen to last episode, we had the legendary A-Team theme, which was written by legendary TV theme song composer Mike Post.
Yeah.
Pete?
No, I have nothing to take back from that episode. It was a solid song, and I think it was fun to discuss.
For those of you who tuned in, you may have learned that I was a member of the A-Team fan club. Still no word on the autograph pictures at this point, but the search is on. I'll keep you guys posted. If you didn't listen, I was pen pals with Mr. T in, we'll say, 3rd grade. He was my buddy.
Love it.
And I have some memorabilia. I was about to say paraphernalia. I guess either way.
Yeah.
Horse apiece.
Sure.
Hey, non-Midwesterners, are you familiar with the phrase horse apiece, which roughly translates as either way is fine? Or they mean the same thing?
6 of one, half a dozen of the other.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Is the phrase used outside of dice games?
Possibly. Well, I almost feel bad that I don't have a retraction because I usually screw something up. So
It's impossible to screw up the 18.
Give it time. Our listeners might point something out.
It's true.
And we love it when you do, by the way. I love when you mention things to us. So if we screwed anything up on the A-Team episode, which it's incredibly likely, let us know. We will retract at another time.
I do have a question for you, John.
Yeah.
Do you have a new game that you want us to play?
I want to try a game. It's a really quick game because I want to get to our theme song. But we have listeners from all over the country, which is super exciting and, as we've talked, kind of unbelievable. We can't believe anybody listens to this. So I wanted to pick a state that we have a decent amount of listeners in, and I wanted to give you odd facts and have you guys try to guess what state those listeners are from.
I love it.
Does that kind of make sense?
No,
Yeah.
sounds great.
So I thought I'd go, as I mentioned, we are a Wisconsin podcast. We're based out of Wisconsin, so that's our number one listener.
Sure.
And I think our number two state would be a little obvious at this point. So at the moment, so right now we are in the early fall of 2024, episode 11. I would like you guys to try to guess how would I say that? Our state.
Third most popular state.
Yes. What state are we? Yeah, I can't say that.
Hoint.
really, really a struggle.
We have the third most. I got it. This is the state. Let me take a drink of beer. Hold on.
It's going to come to you. It's going to come to you.
This is the state in which we have the third most listeners.
But is this per capita?
It's stop. Are you guys ready?
Sure.
All right. Clue number 1. What does that sound? Is that my cat?
Is there an ice machine somewhere?
Maybe. All right, hold on. All right. Clue number 1. This state is home to the National Hobo Convention.
Boy.
Wyoming. Are we supposed to be guessing? I'm not
You
sure.
can, or if you want to hear, if you're not sure, I can keep them coming.
Well, I mean, obviously, you're going to need to keep them coming.
Okay. So you're going to hold, even if you do know?
I'm going to pass and ask for the second clue.
This state has the highest rate, one of the highest rates of motorcycle ownership in the United States.
Yeah. I'm going to guess California.
Incorrect. Clue number 3. Hold on. The red delicious apple originated here.
Washington?
No. I can't wait for the next
I
clue.
think I know it.
Do you want one more clue just in case?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hogs outnumber people 4-1.
Oh, good Lord. Yeah. Now I definitely know Iowa.
It's Iowa.
Yeah.
People of Iowa, you are big listeners. We don't know who you are. Reach out. I look at the numbers for our show, and you guys are awesome. So those are some facts about Iowa. I wanted to find not super obvious facts.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Where does the Hobo Festival take place? Do you know?
I do. Hold on. Let me open up the interweb. The Hobo Fest takes place in Britt,
I have no idea where that is.
Iowa. The convention includes a parade, entertainment, arts and crafts, historical information about the hobo way of life. My friend Jim, who lives in Chicago, has been to the hobo convention.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
That noise, by the way, that we were hearing, you guys probably can't hear it. If you can, it's we have a kitten in the house, and he is losing his marbles at the moment.
House marm.
Sounds like literal marbles that he might be batting around the hardwood floors upstairs.
We should do an episode from the Hobo Convention.
Iowa used to have giant sloths.
I'm sure they did.
Here's the best fact. Here's the best fact. Depending on your definition, the first modern computer was created in Iowa.
Oh boy.
So that's a game we're going to play to learn about our listeners. So again,
Thank you, Iowa.
Thanks, Iowa.
Yeah, thanks.
Fantastic. We see you out there. So again, feel free to reach out. Tell us where you're from. Let us know if you've been to the Hobo Convention or if you have run into those giant sloths.
Stay away. Stay away.
All right. Without further ado, we are about to get to our show. We have a robot named Conky. He used to belong to Pee Wee Herman. He lived at Pee Wee's Playhouse with Cherry and Cowboy Curtis and the whole gang. But a number of years ago, Ryan found him in a dumpster in the Valley in California. He drove him all the way back to the lovely state of Wisconsin. He now lives in our neighborhood, pours us beers, scoops the litter box for the cat.
He was in my sidecar motorcycle. We drove through Iowa. It was really funny.
On the way back from the Valley.
Yeah, he was in my third sidecar. It was really got a lot of honks on I-80.
He's such a good robot.
He is.
He's a good guy.
Did you guys stop at Field of Dreams?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. No game going on. We stopped at the world's largest truck stop as well.
That was one of the facts I saw.
Yeah, world's largest truck stop that has a huge semi.
Really?
Yeah.
And the 4-to-1 hog ratio.
Yeah. And we stopped at a couple come and goes along the way as well.
Is that at a gas station?
Yeah. KUM.
Oh, man.
It is.
Well, that's fantastic stuff. People of Iowa, you guys have both been there.
Yes.
Yes.
I have never been to the lovely state of Iowa.
Oh, it's great. Great
All right.
state. Good people.
Cool. Anyway, we've got a robot named Conky, and in addition to doing all of the things I just mentioned, he also gives us back massages and helps us pick out Pete's face.
Oddly, only at the come and go parking lot does he give you.
They're going blue.
You guys get him on the back?
He also helps us pick our song of the week. Let's wake that old robot up. Conky, how you doing, buddy?
Ready to assist you. Pee-wee.
Morning, Conky. What's today's secret word?
Today's secret word is perfect strangers.
Perfect strangers.
Wow.
This is a blast from the past.
Now, I'm just going to put this out there. I think the guy from Perfect Strangers, his character was from Iowa.
Larry.
I think Larry was from Iowa and moves to Chicago.
Well, Engineer Pete's going to teach us some stuff in a little bit.
We'll get to that.
If this
I
is your,
could be wrong. It could be somewhere else, but
if this is your first time listening, we start with memories of the show. One of us dingbats is going to try to hum the melody of the theme song, and then Engineer Pete will give us some background before we actually get to the song. Memories of Perfect Strangers.
well, I think Larry comes from Iowa, but I could be wrong on that.
That's right. You're digging in. That wasn't on the facts about Iowa page. Larry from Perfect Strangers.
I remember watching the show. I feel like I found one of the characters be annoying. I can't remember if it was Balki or Larry.
I really liked Balki. I'm pretty sure I named a fish Balki.
Okay.
So no way he could be annoying. Must be Larry from Iowa. Any other memories?
I recall liking this show as a kid.
Same.
And my memory is that it's part of the original TGIF lineup. It's an ABC show, I think.
Oh.
That's about it. And I remember liking this song. I mean, this is a song that I definitely know and remember it.
I liked this show. I watched it regularly. I have zero. If you were to offer me $1 million right now to hum any part of the song, I got nothing.
Wow.
Same.
Okay.
I'm 100% positive that when I hear it, it'll come back to me. But this is our 11th episode. Every other one, I had a general memory of the song, and I could have hummed something. I got nothing in the files right now.
And I might be giving myself away here, but if you had to on the spot be like, list your top 5 favorite theme songs of all time, 80s TV theme songs, this would probably be in it.
Love it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
for sure.
Very cool. Any other memories of it? I remember it took place, I believe, in Chicago.
Correct.
That's about, and I remember them living in an apartment, and I don't want to, because Pete's going to go into this. I remember Balki's from some made-up Eastern European country, and
I just remember
hilarities.
that Larry had really curly hair. Very 80s style curly hair is kind of how I remember it. Yeah.
Nerdy, right? A nerdy guy?
I don't
Maybe.
know how you describe it.
I think he maybe was a little high strung, and then Balki was a little more freewheeling. And
Okay.
I've been told by some of our listeners that they find our lack of knowledge charming, but that they also sometimes, when they're listening in their car or going for a walk or run, are yelling kindly at how little we know about the shows that we're talking about.
so when we can't think of a fact, we should really just dwell on that and discuss
So-
more
and maybe
and give bad descriptions of the things we can't remember.
Maybe his hair was curly. Maybe he was an ass.
Might have been from New Jersey. I don't know.
All right, and so we don't know anything. I know, Ryan, you will be humming the song unless Pete. You said you have nothing.
Oh no, for the song,
Yeah.
nothing.
All right, Ryan.
So I don't know how to hum this, but
Good start.
if
One
I'm
of his
thinking about
favorite
it in my
songs of all
head,
time?
I just hear 80s keyboards. Dun, 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 dun. Like, that's what I hear. Dun, 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 dun. And then there's a very,
Good
I don't know the
podcasting.
lyrics, but there's a very,
I love this song. One of my favorites
I don't know the
ever.
lyrics.
I can't hum it. I don't know the lyrics, but I got to tell you guys, top 5.
top 5 all time.
Would a kazoo help? I
Yeah.
don't have one, but if I did, could you have played it?
Conky, help him out. Any other humming you want to do?
I think
I think that's plenty.
I've,
Maxed out.
yeah.
Let's hand it over to Engineer Pete, who's going to teach us about Perfect Strangers.
Okay, this buddy sitcom ran 8 seasons from March of 86 to August of 93. It stars Larry Appleton. Do you want to take a guess where Larry Appleton is from, Ryan?
Iowa?
No, that would have been Larry Dubuque.
He's from Wisconsin?
Yes.
He's from our state. Pretty sure he's from the truck stop.
And his name is really Appleton?
Yeah, the writers really phoned that part in.
Boy.
Larry Appleton. Is he from Appleton, Wisconsin?
They didn't give the city. He's just from...
Unspecified.
So,
Or probably some made-up city.
Yeah.
Yep. Listeners not from Wisconsin, there is a medium-sized city here in the state called Appleton, Wisconsin.
And he's played by Mark Lynn Baker. He moves from Wisconsin to Chicago, only to discover a long-lost cousin, Balki. I don't have Balki's last name. Was it?
Zakamus.
Okay, thank you.
Whoa.
Played
Put on your big boy shoes for that one.
played by Bronson Pinchot. He arrives from the Mediterranean island of Mypos?
Mypos. I wouldn't have got that.
Mypos or Mypos? I think
Okay.
it's Mypos.
I agree.
He had been a shepherd there.
Somewhere in the Peloponnese.
Yeah.
A lot of shepherds in Mypos.
Hijinks ensue, basically. It aired in the prime slot between Who's the Boss and Moonlighting initially. Then in season 2, it went to Wednesday night as a lead-in to Head of the Class.
Great
Season
show.
3 saw a move to Friday night as the lead-in to Full House.
There you
That
go.
is where it was part of the TGIF lineup you discussed.
So it took a little bit for Perfect Strangers to find its perfect spot.
Yeah, it's Mojo.
It started on a Wednesday, moved to a whatever day.
I think that just means it was good, and they, had options to slot it into different places.
That's pretty cool.
But later seasons saw the duo move into careers at a newspaper. They both worked at the same newspaper. I think Larry was a reporter, and Balki, I believe, worked in the mailroom initially. I'm not positive.
Or Mypos, man.
Yep. And they season 3, they moved into a better apartment and started dating a pair of best friend flight attendants.
Hold on.
I remember that. Yeah, I was going to say I remember them having girlfriends.
That was a later thing.
Is there possible that in the show Balki was ever confused by the American way of life and our strange customs?
No. Yeah, that probably happened.
How do they end up living together?
I think Balki just shows up at his door.
Knocks on the door.
Hello, Cousin Larry.
At some point, Engineer Pete, I don't want to put you on the spot too much, but I wouldn't mind if, after we get through the theme song, if we could get an audio clip of them just in a quick dialogue. Just any random... I haven't heard Balki's voice in
Do you remember
30
what
plus years.
his like catchphrase was, Belky's?
Hey, that's a lot of...
That's a lot of fur on a sheep.
Do you know it?
Yeah. You guys don't know this? You guys don't
Is it
know the
one
show, do you?
word? I want to guess, because maybe this is deep in the
No, it's
recesses
like-
of my mind.
3 or 4 words.
Give me the first word.
Don't.
Nothing. I got nothing.
Don't be ridiculous.
Oh, I thought you were going to say he had a line about a happy dance too, didn't he?
That I don't remember.
I remember the happy dance. It's not good.
Okay. We won't dwell on that then. But
You don't remember the happy dance?
No.
What's the line again? Don't give me that meatball.
Don't. No saucy meatball. No,
What's the line?
don't be ridiculous.
We'll pull that up later.
When they moved into that new bigger apartment, there was an elevator attendant. Character's name was Harriet Winslow. There was a crime episode where her husband Carl Winslow was also
Sure.
in that, and I think Harriet and Carl also lived in the building, and that was in the fall of '89 spun off into Family Matters.
Well.
Family Matters was conceived.
Yeah.
I love shit like that.
That's great.
That is great. The
Yeah.
Winslows. I liked Family Matters.
It's weird that Carl Winslow went from being a police officer in Los Angeles on Christmas Eve with Bruce Willis to Chicago so quickly, but that does happen. Career moves happen.
He got a career move.
Yeah.
I
You
mean,
guys have
he
no idea
just-
what I'm talking
I'm
about.
following you. I got your Die Hard reference.
He's escaping the trauma.
True. Yeah, true.
Start fresh. Yeah, that's about all I got. Bronson, he was basically kind of selected for this after his role in Beverly Hills Cop, where he plays the art museum
Yeah.
guy.
Yes.
And he had sort of a non-defined accent. And
Correct.
initially he kind of turned it down because he didn't want to be typecast. But then I think something else he was working on fell through, and then he became Balki with a sort of unknown Mediterranean accent.
For 8 years, you said the show ran?
Yes.
That's amazing. I would have guessed 4.
I agree. That's a really long run.
It must be really good.
And poor what's his name?
Balki? Larry?
Yeah, what's
Larry-
Belky?
Larry Appleton? Larry Green Bay?
Larry Des Moines? Larry.
Larry Lacrosse? Larry Eau Claire? Larry Madison?
But Belky's accent is like Mr. T's Mohawk, right? Like we were talking last week.
he
Like
couldn't escape it.
He couldn't escape it. Like I bet anytime anyone saw him in public
Oh,
and he had an
shit.
American accent, they're like, "What the hell's the matter with you? You're from Mypos." Like,
Do the happy dance and say, what you
Yeah.
talking about, mister?
yeah, exactly, right?
So the song is called "Nothing's Gonna Stop Me Now."
It's an inspirational song. I'm telling you, we're gonna
Top 5.
You're gonna be humming it for the rest of the week. You're gonna be playing it every day to wake yourself up in the morning to be inspired. That's how good it is.
I'm excited.
It was written by Jesse Frederick and Bennett. I might screw this guy's last name up. Salve. This duo composed theme songs for shows including Full House, Step by
Oh.
Step, and Family Matters. So they kind of were.
Those are some damn
Contracting
good
with
songs.
ABC right
They
there.
were kind of
Yeah.
I don't want to say in-house, but they were.
But those are some heavy hitters for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
And it was sung by David Pomeranz, who apparently I've never heard of, but had a pretty big career. He's had a long solo career as a singer. His early career included opening for Rod Stewart, Billy Joel, Three Dog Night, and The
Wow.
Doors. Yeah.
Wow.
Jeez.
The Doors.
Yeah.
What's this guy's name?
David Pomeranz. He's written songs for Barry Manilow, Bette Midler, The Carpenters, John Denver, among others.
Oh.
And, this is my favorite fact about him. In the 80s, he collaborated with some Russian musicians on a song called Faraway Lands, which they performed live in Gorky Park for an episode of Head of the Class.
What? Head of the Class is going to Gorky Park?
Here's his number one song on Apple Music.
Never heard it.
Nope.
But I like his voice.
Well, we know
Yeah.
it's a top 5 for you.
I don't even have to know the words. That's how good it is.
So the writers were heavy hitters, like you said, Full House. And then this Pomeranz guy obviously has got a pedigree.
He's
Yep.
got a lot of appeal among a certain group of people that we are not a part of.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong. Conky gave us the show. We shared our memories. Ryan hummed the song. Engineer Pete gave us the background. Is there anything else?
Now let's take a listen.
Let's dive in.
Dive in.
I like a lot of what's happening right now.
Yeah.
I love the piano. Dun, 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 dun,
Yep.
dun, dun, dun.
That's what I was,
You
when I was
did
saying
kinda
that was
describe
my
that.
that was my
Yeah,
memory.
you
Is
did.
the
Damn it.
80s
Right.
keyboard, right?
Damn
Like, yeah.
We got a great harmonica.
Yep.
It's a Chicago show, right? You got the.
But I feel like it sounds like a 70s country kind of harmonica where it's got, I don't know if it's a wah kind of effect to it or something.
yeah,
that,
like it sounds like something Kermit the Frog might play on a.
But it almost feels like a guy sitting on a street corner and he's blowing there and you're just seeing him blow.
And it's got the Phil
phrasing.
phrasing. I spent 10 years living in that city. I know what you're talking about. Hold on. Also,
Poor Larry Appleton. Poor Larry. No idea what he was getting
the
himself
Phil
into.
Collins type drums again.
Yeah. For sure.
So we got the piano, very almost Doobie Brothers taking it to the street. We got the how did you guys refer to it? Street.
Doesn't matter.
Roll it.
Sometimes the world looks perfect, nothing to rearrange.
Yeah, just you can't escape the piano, that keyboard. Dun, 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 dun.
And you have lyrics for us?
I do. Somewhere.
Sometimes the world looks perfect is what I got. I didn't
Yeah.
catch the second
Yeah,
line.
so they're kind of setting up like you
Right.
think you have things in line and then
Sometimes
but.
the world looks
There's a
perfect.
but.
And then
Nothing to rearrange.
nothing to rearrange.
Correct.
Okay.
Sometimes you just get a feeling like you need some kind of change.
So they are setting up the stage. here.
Absolutely. Yeah. They're telling you Larry Appleton's story.
He's got this. Everything's fine. The
Yep.
world looks perfect.
Yep. There's nothing to rearrange.
But somebody's about to knock at your door and do the happy dance.
Well, sometimes you just get a feeling that you need some kind of change, right? And
Now, this. I don't mean to bring up Phil Collins as much as I do. Have you guys seen the Disney movie Tarzan?
no, but I'm familiar
No.
that he was a part of it.
He's got like 8 songs in that movie. They all sound the same, and they all sound like this, but not as awesome as this.
that sounds like a harsh criticism
Not
or a compliment. I'm leaning towards harsh criticism.
50-50.
But it also, kind of describes Phil Collins, right? Like, I mean, this is what Phil Collins sounded like,
Yes.
No,
for better or worse.
better. No
Of cour-
Jacket Required is a classic, and I will not stand down from that.
I love it.
No, I'll tell you this about Phil Collins. Nobody took a closer up picture for an album cover of their face than he did.
Pete, I apologize. There must be some misunderstanding. There must be some kind of mistake.
I'm not saying that the Tarzan soundtrack is, anything. I don't know anything about it. But I'm just saying, No Jacket Required. Excellent. We should get back to this thing, though.
Yeah.
No matter what odds are this time, nothing's gonna stand in my way. This flame.
No matter what.
No matter what the odds are this time,
Conky glitched out a little bit there. Sorry, it did.
nothing's going to stand in my way.
He gets real falsetto there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
This guy's got a.
He's about to take us on a flight.
He's a ringer.
Oh, you know,
Oh.
you can sense what's coming
Oh
up.
yeah, absolutely. You
It's
can
coming
you
back
can
to you.
feel the crescendo coming.
Fasten your seatbelt.
Yeah, that's right.
We're about to take
Yes.
off.
All right, buckle up.
In my heart, like a long lost friend, gives every
I want to tell you just because I have no idea what's about to come, but I know that the minute it comes on, I'm going to remember it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I don't know what the hook is, but as soon as it comes,
Yeah.
I'm ready. What did he just say, by the way? Right before the chorus.
This flame in my heart
This is
and
so Phil
a
Collins.
long lost friend.
Those are lyrics that I'm sure nobody knew.
I didn't
Like,
know him, obviously.
Nobody could clearly understand when listening to that.
dark street light at the end. Standing tall on the way.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Immediate crescendo, right? Beautiful.
Standing tall.
Yeah. So gives every dark street a light at the end.
Actually, I'm sorry. Could you go back like a line and a half?
Yeah, so this flame in my heart, a long lost friend, gives every dark street a light at the end. And then it goes up.
So this is custom built for the show.
Absolutely, right? I mean, they're telling Larry's story.
They're not smurfing around.
No smurfing.
Lyrics were not subtle.
No.
Could you back it up, Pete? 4 seconds. I really want to embrace this chorus. Conky can be a little temperamental. I could.
Sorry, that was not 4 seconds. That was not either.
Standing tall on the wings of my dreams.
What more can he say? Standing tall on the wings of my dreams. He's telling you.
This could be in the movie The Secret of My Success.
Oh, well put.
It's just got that feeling.
Yeah.
Maybe like a Night Ranger B-side.
No, you watch your mouth over there.
I meant that as a compliment. Standing. It is a catchy little tune.
Absolutely.
But I can understand why you didn't remember it. I'm a sucker for this shit. Like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
love melodies like this.
Yeah, and it's cheesy inspirational. Like, it just gets me.
Yeah, if you offered me like, you're like, you can either have an album of these types of songs,
Right.
or like a Radiohead album, I'm probably going to go with this one. Understanding that there's a lot of magic in that Radiohead album, but I'm just a sucker for this shit.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
It's really
It's awesome.
Rise and fall on the wings of my dreams. The rain and thunder, the wind and haze, I'm bound for better days.
Hold on.
To rain and thunder, wind and haze, I'm bound for better days? Is that
Yes.
where we're
What
at?
was it?
Okay.
Yes.
One more time. Rain. Give me the
Yeah,
whole
so
chorus.
the chorus, standing tall on the wings of my dreams, rise and fall on the wings of my dreams.
I feel like they should have come up with something else instead of the second on the wings of my dreams, but
But then
me.
he takes it back down to reality. Rain and thunder, wind and haze,
What's the what wind?
wind and haze.
they're in the windy city, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's haze from all the pollution.
I'm bound for better days.
They rhymed haze with days.
Correct.
I'm okay with that.
And he's gonna
Okay.
bring it right back here.
Thank you.
Okay. I screwed up. Or I should say Conky screwed up.
Bound for better days. It's my life, my dream, and nothing's gonna stop me now.
So good. Yeah. So good. So it's my life and my dream. Nothing's going to stop me now.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Do you got a little? Is there a fade out here or anything, Engineer Pete?
Actually, sorry, yeah. Conky might have cut us short.
And I think I probably requested. Yeah, then there's just the harmonica.
There is the...
That's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
I like the ending.
yeah. It brings it right back, right?
There's a lot going through my mind right now. I like the na 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 na
Yeah.
na na na.
Yeah, very inspirational, right?
Yeah. Lyrically, it's
Triple A plus.
I mean, I don't know how
thinking
much...
like seventh grader.
I don't remember how... I don't remember enough of this show, but I feel like Larry's move to Chicago was like a big step for him. Like, he might have been a small town person, and
From
that was like
Iowa,
a big
right?
leap of faith.
The
And,
Hogs are going to be upset with you.
and that's where the inspirational lyrics come into play. He might have been struggling the first couple of years. He didn't just drop into this big city newspaper job right off the bat.
Right. He's working his tail off. He's probably working third shift
With
in
a
some diner.
cousin sleeping on his couch. Again, until they moved to the bigger apartment.
And we got the flight attendants.
They got the flight
Didn't take
attendant.
them long to find the low hanging fruit, though, right? Like
And best friends too. That seems like a big mistake, because if
Yeah.
one breaks up, the whole thing is...
The wheels could fall off quickly.
It seems to me like that's probably like 6 episodes from one season, right there. Like, one couple gets in a fight, then they all break up. Then the other couple gets in a fight, and they all break up.
Man, well, that's a solid tune. I'm excited to see it because I want to visually figure out what's going on here. Obviously, in my mind's eye, I can see Larry with his curly hair. I can see Balki. That's about all I got.
So you guys literally don't remember this. What happens in this theme song? Like
No clue.
yeah, okay. 'Cause
Do you think it'll come back to me like the song did?
it should? I mean, I know. I'm not going to say, but I remembered.
All
I
right.
definitely remember.
Why don't you just describe 3
I like
screenshots? Like in
I'll
the
I'll
thing.
tell you exactly what I remember. So the first part is Larry packing up his car and driving to Chicago. Then there is Balki in the back of a truck getting driven from the sheep.
I remember that.
Yeah?
Yes.
And
leaving
then
Mythos.
then the rest of it is intermittent scenes of them in Chicago, including one of them. They're on the Empire State. I feel like they're on the not Empire
Not experts.
Sears. They're on the Sears Tower, and the wind's blowing them.
I don't believe the Sears Tower has a deck.
Me either.
Well, let's see how Ryan did on his. I do remember Balki in the hay wagon in Mythopoulos.
Mypos. They shortened it shorter than any Greek city would ever be named.
So we're about to press play here. You got the closed captioning little logo, and you see the Chicago River and some of the skyscrapers down there
Yeah.
in downtown Chicago.
Yeah, I've taken that river tour.
It's fun. The
Yeah, it's
architectural tour. It's a good time.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, let's do it.
So
Oh man, how?
it says perfect in all caps, and strangers is in cursive, and it writes its way in. And at the time,
Yeah.
that probably took some poor graphic designer 3 months.
Again, it's not the growing pains or facts of life like sweeping in, but it's pretty darn close.
Right.
No, I'm sorry.
Oh boy. Does he have a teddy bear?
I don't know what that is. It's either a chicken or it's a teddy bear. But America
some
or
potatoes?
bust.
No,
it
or
says.
burst. It says America or burst.
Oh, Balki.
Now, is he dressed up as Han Solo? Listeners, he's wearing a white button-up with a black vest. Yeah, and it says America or burst, and he's either holding a chicken, a bunch of potatoes, or a stuffed animal. These are the best transfers on YouTube.
nothing new.
He looks in that picture very Russian.
He looks like a adult version of Tiny Tim.
Well, so when you were
Merry Christmas, everyone.
when you were given your best memory or best scenario that you could remember, you said Eastern European. Eastern
Right.
European.
And he's not.
He's not. He's Mediterranean. But
Maybe it's this
opening
image.
credits, you're saying, yeah, he looks
Yeah.
Eastern.
If like the
European.
clothing and yeah.
Correct. And
Now-
came through Ellis Island, which wasn't open.
Now it is a little bit confusing. It's a bit confusing that a show set in Chicago does show the Empire, or that it shows
He showed
the
him on a
Statue
ship.
of Liberty.
He's on a ship.
So if we have this huge,
Wait, dude, can you come to America via ship?
Not in 1985.
Anywhere?
yeah, of course he
Did he,
can.
get, did he get quarantined for typhoid?
Maybe diphtheria, and he came through Ellis Island. Is that right?
Rearrange.
Hold on.
Now,
Larry's
hold
got a
on.
Mustang.
I was just going to say a Ford Mustang.
It's red.
He's not hurting.
Well, maybe back in '88,
80, yeah, whatever.
a
Yeah,
'68 Mustang was a piece of garbage.
you could pick that up for pretty cheap. Although it'd be a terrible car to drive in Wisconsin or Chicago winters, and it probably would be half rusted away.
Yeah.
That's why they call them Rustangs or Disgustangs.
Rear wheel drive, right? Like,
You watch your mouth.
Sometimes you just get a feeling.
So he's heading down the. Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
Kind of change.
now hold on. Why are they going jogging?
So they're showing a picture. You can see the John Hancock building in the background. They're on Lake Michigan, and Larry is jogging in a very '80s sweatsuit, blue on the top, gray on the bottom. Ryan, tell us what Balki appears to be wearing.
Oh, what would you call that?
His shorts are like up to his belly button,
Yeah, it looks like
almost like German Lederhosen vibe.
That's exactly what I was about to say. I was like, he looks like he has a lederhosen outfit.
So
on.
is Balki the European everyman? He's a little bit Russian, a little bit German, a little bit Greek,
I was going to say an adult in a schoolboy uniform.
like Angus Young
Angus
from
Young.
AC/DC.
Correct. Also true.
For those about to rock.
No matter what odds are this time, nothing's
No.
gonna stand in my way. It's
What do you call that thing that he's got slung over his?
So Bronson, they're introducing the characters, and it says Bronson Pinchot, and he's wearing a vest again, by the way.
Again, it's like he's a turn of the century character. He's got a Tiny Tim like book satchel
You
over
need to
his.
go down to Iowa to the Hobo Festival, and that's probably where people will know the term.
I agree.
You're referring to like a stick with a handkerchief full of your life's possessions.
Right.
Yeah.
He maybe he's a time traveler.
Bill and Ted.
flame in my heart like a long lost friend.
Larry's at a newspaper stand.
Yep.
Mark Lynn-Baker.
Yep. See, there it is. That's what I was thinking of. They're maybe not on the Hancock building,
They're
but
get-
they're in some building.
It's the Windy
But the
City.
wind's blowing them around. Oh, I forgot about this, but I remember this now. Yeah. And what's another great Chicago landmark?
Wrigley Field.
Yeah, Wrigley.
Okay.
So. Oh, the old.
The spinning door.
Yep. Oh, where'd he go? Where'd he go?
So now it's a lot of just kind of, what do they call this type of footage?
Montage?
Yeah, there's
Stock footage?
maybe, but yeah, they're just showing Chicago, right?
Chicago, right,
Wrigley
the-
Field, the L, the train.
Correct.
All right.
Yeah.
But Ryan, as far as the request to name 3 screenshots or scenes, like you
Yeah.
nailed it.
Yeah.
Accurate. Well done.
Yeah. Thank you.
My dream, and nothing's gonna stop me now.
No, it's not.
They're both wearing tuxes.
What do you call that? A Meepos tux? That's
Is he wearing shorts?
yes.
Meepos must get hot there in the summer.
Todd Meepos.
I think he's got shorts on too. We'll see. Hold on. We never
outside
get
of the
there.
Chicago Theater.
Yeah.
All right. So what's really interesting, I must say, about this more than any other theme song we've seen is there's 2 actors in the credits.
Well put.
That's crazy. That's it, right? And there's no secondary characters.
Correct.
It's-
Right. The ladies
there's
aren't.
two people.
Yeah, the ladies aren't getting a front bill on this.
They didn't exist for a couple seasons, so
Yeah.
Well, there we go, guys. That has been Perfect Strangers. If you are new to the show, we vote on these things. If they get a positive vote, we call that an I'll be back. And 2 or more I'll be back puts them on the wall of fame. If they get a You're in Big Trouble, Mister, 2 of those, it puts them on the wall of shame. And at some point, we're going to make a playlist for you all to listen to. We know what Ryan's going to do.
I've given away my keys already. So
Pete, would you like to start?
sure. You know what? I liked it.
I'll be back.
I thought it was a great song.
I like it. I think there's some stuff about it I don't like, but broadly speaking, I think when Ryan said it's gonna make you want to pop out of bed, and it's a song, it energizes you. So it's not my favorite song we've listened to so far, but I definitely give it an I'll be back.
My complaint would be the lyrics are a little obvious.
Yeah, musically it's fantastic. Lyrically it's okay, but I'll be back.
yeah.
I know.
Conky,
I'll be back.
thank you.
And I'm ashamed by your criticism of this song, even though even though you gave it a I'll be back, but I'll give it an Arnold for sure.
I'll be back.
Ryan's
Well-
going to have a spin-off podcast after his anger about our criticism of The Perfect Strangers.
The Super 80s podcast enemy.
Super 80s
Standing.
podcast best friend.
There we go.
Larry Davenport on.
Well, if I threw a party and invited everyone I knew, you would see the biggest gift would be. All right. So that was great. Onto the Wall of Fame is Perfect Strangers. Well deserved. That is a catchy tune. You're absolutely right.
Great song.
Yep. And it did come back to me. We're just about out of time. Any end of show questions, specific, broad, or anything? We are in the sweet spot as usual. Actually, a little over the sweet spot. But any or areas of discussion?
Can you guys remember anything about the girlfriends?
0.
One of them was ditzy. One of them was like a more straight character.
That's kind of what I thought. And I
Yeah.
thought Balki was the ditzy one, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Makes sense. So they dated. It was like to like a little bit.
Correct.
They weren't doing the flip flop.
Correct.
They weren't doing the yin and yang.
That's my recollection.
Listeners, if you were fans of Perfect Strangers, tell us what you remember about the theme song, the show, or any other just general memories. We love hearing from you guys. Any others?
No, I mean, the only thing that comparison that comes to mind, and this is a little bit ridiculous, but like, would you rather live with Balki or would you rather live with Elf?
That's a great question.
Balki for me, I guess. I don't have Elf like
Meepos
fresh
or Melmac?
in my memory, but
I feel
just
like Elf would be a
annoys me.
lot.
Yes.
Be a lot.
A
I'm going
lot
with
to
Bal- and
handle.
Balki would be 2, but
Yeah.
I'll live with Balki.
And Elf would always be trying to eat your cat.
Right, and that would not go over
Right.
well. Who are you shacking up with?
I'll take Balki. I think Balki would just amuse me. He would amuse the beans out of me the whole time. I would get a kick out of him.
Well, that's fantastic. All right, guys, we are out of time. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Super 80s Podcast Friend. We will see you guys next week. Conky's probably cooking up his next plan. By the way, if there's a song you're desperate to hear, Conky can be influenced. We cannot, but the robot can. Send him an email or reach out to him on Facebook or Instagram or Yarns,
Threads.
and we'll take it from there. Until then, I'm John,
I'm Ryan.
And I am Peter.
and we'll see you next week on the Super 80s Podcast Friend.